And lastly, we're going to talk about immunity, or how to resist disease with preventative nutrition. Protein is one of the most important nutrients to help keep your immunity strong. The RDA, or the recommended daily allowance, is 0.8 grams per kilograms for most adults. So to calculate that on yourself, take your weight in pounds, divide that by 2.2, and then multiply by 0.8. This would be the minimum amount of protein that you need to stay healthy. And you'll probably do this and go, oh my gosh, that's not very much protein. That's because most of us in America get plenty of protein with our average diets. So this is not a huge concern for most people. But again, if this is you and you're thinking, wow, that number is really high, I probably don't get that, that's a great question for your dietitian. Vitamin C is another useful nutrient for improving immunity, found in all of these beautiful foods here, like strawberries and kiwis, oranges, but also vegetables like broccoli, leafy greens like kale and Swiss chard, and red peppers. Vitamin C is a water-soluble vitamin, which means that it dissolves in water easily, and it also means that if you eat too much, it just leaves your body in your urine. So one of the biggest myths out there is, oh, I'm catching a cold, better take a bunch of vitamin C. You don't really need that. It's not doing anything. There's no evidence to support that. So don't overdo it. Again, vitamin C is something that most Americans get a decent amount of. It's always good to eat more fruits and vegetables, but you don't need vitamin C tablets, emergency, these super mega doses. It's just going away in your urine. Next we have beta carotene and vitamin A. This is a powerful vitamin that's anti-inflammatory. So inflammation occurs in the body with disease, with injury, or with stress. So this helps reduce the effect of all of those things. We would like to get a source of vitamin A, ideally every other day. And vitamin A is a fat-soluble vitamin, unlike vitamin C. So this means that when you eat vitamin A-rich foods, it's stored in your body fat for a long time. It's used in just about every cell in your body for a really wide variety of purposes. Fat-soluble also means that you absorb vitamin A better if you eat your vitamin A-rich food with a little bit of a healthy oil. So we learned about healthy fats in the last presentation. So you may be looking at those sweet potato fries there in the middle of the slide and thinking, oh, those look pretty good. That is a good choice. Yeah, as long as they're fried in a healthy oil or maybe slightly baked with a little bit of oil, that'll help your body absorb that vitamin A from the sweet potato. Other great sources of vitamin A are pumpkin, green spinach, orange cantaloupes, carrots, and apricots. Vitamin E is another important vitamin to boost our immunity. So we can find vitamin E in olive oils and other plant-based oils. Spinach again. Leafy greens, if you haven't already realized, are a powerhouse. They're on every single slide. They provide a ton of nutrition, so eat your greens. Nuts like pistachios or peanuts, whole grains. The whole grain contains more vitamin E than like an enriched flour or white flour, and avocados. So these are also fat soluble and they help support and regulate our immune system. And then vitamin D. Vitamin D is also sometimes called the sunshine vitamin, which means that we get most of our vitamin D from sunlight hitting our skin, and then our skin converts that sunlight into an essential vitamin, which is pretty amazing. Most of us, unfortunately though, especially in this area of the world, we don't spend enough time outside, and we don't get any vitamin D from the sunlight for like 6 months out of the year. There's just not enough sun. The angle is too low in the winter. So most people need to take a supplement. You can look for an expensive over-the-counter supplement. About 1,000 IUs per day is your max. Now, if you are vitamin D deficient, your doctor may prescribe a higher dosage, but that's something definitely to discuss with a physician before taking anything. We can get vitamin D from some foods. Things like dairy foods are fortified with vitamin D, so milk and yogurt. Um, in this middle slide here, we have egg yolks and tuna, two good sources of vitamin D. And then any little fish that has bones in it that we might eat, like anchovies or sardines, um, these will all contain vitamin D. But in general, food is not the greatest source of vitamin D. It really comes from that sun exposure or a supplement. And then lastly, water. When we're sick, we've been told from the beginning of time, right, to make sure you drink a lot of fluids. And this is really important. So water produces lymph. Lymph is the fluid that carries our immune fighting cells of the body. But there are also lots of foods with a high water content. So if you're feeling ill, maybe go for things like celery, melons, cucumbers. I really like, when I'm feeling sick, infused water, hot or cold, like with lemons and limes, mint, oranges, ginger. That all tastes really good. Special highlight on garlic for immunity. Garlic has a lot of health benefits, and some people even take garlic supplements, especially if they have high blood pressure, because garlic has been shown to improve blood flow, improve circulation. It stimulates our immunity, and this is neat too. It reduces our stress hormone production. So there's that tie-in to stress again. So if you're feeling a little stressed out, have something really garlicky. Maybe some nice garlic hummus or a garlic bread. Green tea is another powerhouse food because it contains loads of healthy antioxidants. Antioxidants have been shown in studies to, reduce risk of heart disease, reduce risk of cancer, maybe even be anti-aging. So it's a wonderful beverage to drink. You can drink just brewed green tea leaves. You could do ice, hot. You could do matcha, which is the powdered green tea that's shown here. All are great ways to get your green tea. I also really like green tea powder for cooking and baking. I love making like cakes and cookies with green tea in it. It tastes good. It's bright green and beautiful. So that's a fun thing you could try this week. Green tea has also been shown to improve our production of T cells, which are our body's immune fighting cells.